without a doubt, the biggest non-conference game I think on my radar is Texas versus Alabama. Of course, there were going to be comments on this. Garrett, I'll turn it over to you here. We've got three listed out of the three that we've got on this run sheet here. Which one did you just get drawn to and think, we got to put this one in?
Well, so first thing that I want to say is if you are going to comment on our YouTube videos, there's a really good chance I'm replying to you. I do run the comments there, and I will absolutely respond to you. We will talk back and forth. Even if you're going to troll me, I'll still probably find something else to say. As one of the people under that Texas versus Bama video got to find out. So, to give context for the conversation we had over there and why these comments came up, I had said that I thought that this game, Texas versus Alabama, was going to be the legacy game for Quinn Ewers. It was going to determine if he was the starter going forward, if he was going to reach that level of glory that Texas Longhorns quarterbacks, they could only dream to reach, like, Vince Young and Colt McCoy, who's going to be the next one, right? And I had said that Texas fans at the half, if they're down by 14, will probably be calling for someone like Arch Manning because that's what Texas fans tend to do. You go to the next highly rated quarterback and everybody else. But apparently, between the time that I did that and said all those things and the time that people were commenting on this video, there is that picture of all the Texas quarterbacks not wearing any shirts. And that went viral on Twitter. And so everyone all of a sudden became enamored with Malik Murphy, which, to be fair, he's a great quarterback. But these comments, they come in the context of basically saying that I'm dumb for not thinking that Malik is the next guy up. I like this one here. It says, no, they will be shouting for Malik Murphy, LOL. He would be the starter for Bama and most other teams. Put some respect on Malik. Now, to be clear, I respect Malik Murphy. I think that he's got a great arm. I think he's got awesome arm talent. There's no questioning that. I don't think that you can question he's got a strong arm. He can put the ball in a good spot. There's a lot of other things that makes a quarterback besides having a strong arm. I'm still waiting to see what his development looks like. I'm not rooting against him. He hasn't necessarily flashed athletically. I don't think that he's necessarily proven that he's going to be a real threat to run on a consistent basis. And, maybe he does end up playing at Texas. Maybe he would start at most other teams in the country. I kind of doubt it. I think that he'd start for a lot of teams, but probably not most, and probably not, the way that a lot of people are talking about. He's going to start at 90% of the other. No, probably not 90% of the places. There's a reason why, most of those guys take their guys and end up starting their people. So I don't know. Am I totally off on these takes on the Longhorn video?
So we want to rate these, right, on a scale of freezing cold to scorching hot, right? And
Right.
this is way more on the freezing cold end for me. Look, every fan base, who's the most popular player on every campus? The backup quarterback. QB2 is always the most popular player on any campus. He can't do any wrong because he's not in the game. And look, Malik Murphy comes with a lot of recruiting pedigree. He was a highly rated guy coming out of high school, coming out of California. I have no doubt that he is a very talented quarterback. And you're right, Gary, he would start for a lot of other programs. I'm sure that he could solve the quarterback problem for a lot of schools. But don't you think if he was starting for 90% of college football programs that he wouldn't have left and found another opportunity last year in the transfer portal, especially with Arch Manning coming in? Like this talk that he would start for Alabama, he would just be another guy. He'd be the sixth guy competing for that job at Alabama. Like he's not, you can't sit here on July 5th and say that he is better than any of the guys that Alabama has definitively from what we've seen from him so far in college. So yeah, the take that he would start for Alabama, absolutely not. He would be in the competition, but he would not definitively be the starter for Alabama right now. He's not head and shoulders above that. Because if he was, why are we even giving Alabama a chance in this game? Like if QB2 at Texas would undoubtedly be the starter at Alabama, why are we even giving Alabama a chance in that game?
Great question for Vegas. Certainly, my whole point with Malik Murphy, he's a physical freak. He looks like Predator with his shirt off, but he's been hurt. In whatever part of his career he's had at Texas so far, he's never been healthy. So to just say, yeah, based off of a high school, a high school rating and promises of what he can do. And then, off-season workouts. I agree. That is a fairly cold take. I think we missed the point though. The whole argument, the whole thing that we brought up was that if Quinn is struggling, Texas is going to clamor for their next savior, right? Whether Malik Murphy is QB2 on the depth chart or not, there will undoubtedly be Texas fans that say Arch Manning is the guy that needs to go in right now. You can't dispute that. There
Yeah.
are people that were calling for Arch Manning to be the starter before he was even on campus in Austin. So to say, well, no, of course not. You guys don't know the depth chart. It would be Malik Murphy. Of course, we can read a depth chart. But the whole idea is that this is a big game for Quinn Ewers, because if not, if he doesn't perform, he's going to lose the Texas fan base. I think
Yeah.
despite what our YouTube comment section would say, historically, the moment something goes wrong, not just at Texas, at any blue blood program, right? The moment
Right.
something goes wrong, Cade McNamara at Michigan was winning football games, and his fan base wanted him out there and JJ McCarthy in his place. And ultimately that's what ends up happening, right? So
Yeah.
it's not unique to Texas. It's not unique to
If Kyle McCord struggles in the first couple games against, I can't remember who they
yes.
open with, they're going to be clamoring for whoever's their backup there. So, or whoever
Yeah.
comes in second in that job. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's every blue blood program is this way. The most popular player on every campus is QB2.
Well, and it'll be a little bit louder because it's Texas, right? Texas gets a lot of the media hype. They get a lot of the attention, and that's fine. They get that, but that's the problem that comes with it is, it's going to sound like you're being the one who's whining because your fan base is just louder overall, right? It's just the fact that your fan base overall is going to get a lot more attention and the good and the bad that comes with it. And I said this in the comments as well. Look, every fan base has those fans. I'm not picking on all Texas fans saying that all Texas fans are dumb and they're going to all call for the backup, but a lot of them are. They're going to call for the backup. There's a lot of the Twitter guys who want to play tough, and they hide behind the fake pictures and the alt accounts and everything else, and they say, oh, this terrible, it's going to be Arch time soon. Well, if you switched it to Malik Murphy because he took his shirt off and he looks like a freaking Adonis, then that's kind of just the same thing, right? It's kind of just the same thing. There's another comment. It says, I'm a lifelong Longhorn fan, and I think your insight is right on Quinn, except you're forgetting about the best quarterback on the roster. If Quinn goes down, 6'5" Malik Murphy will step in without fear and take all of the hype out of the Arch bandwagon and name recognition fan club. Hook 'em.
So you have no faith in your coaching staff then. If that's
Right.
truly what you believe, you have no faith in your coaching staff to play the best players. Because if he's the best quarterback on campus, why is he not starting? Then you should be calling for Sark's head for playing, perceived more highly recruited guys than the actual best players. So you're tying yourself in a knot there, buddy.
It's listen, Texas has a lot of hopes. They've got a great roster this year. I think if they get the quarterback spot right, they have a chance to be really, really good this year. They have a chance to win a Big 12 championship.
Gracious him! How about that?